In this series, we'll start with the basics and work our way up, exploring each era of the game, opening packs, building decks, and dueling with classic and modern cards. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this series is for you. So stick around because the heart of the cards are calling, and together we will become true duelists. Welcome to the Garbage Lords Progression Series. So for today's opening, we actually decided to slow the progress of the GLP down a little bit. And we're actually only going to be opening up one pack for a while. We will incorporate other packs if we feel they're too small, don't add enough, or whatever. But we're gonna slow it down. That way, we have time to play all the decks we want. If we want to, we'll pick stuff up or slow it down. But we're just going to be opening up a Battle Pack 2 War of the Giants today, which is just another good set, just like Battle Pack 1. A little bit lower power level, but still a lot of good cards. So starting off, I think we have playsets of pretty much everything here. Call the Haunted. Card Trader is kind of weird. I don't think that's good enough anymore. Shard of Greed, also probably not a card we want to play. More Trap Monsters if we want to play those. But then when we get on into the monsters, we have a lot of good stuff here. So Beast King Barbaros is really good. Blackwing Zephyros the Elite is good if we don't already have one. I think we do. Card D is huge. More copies of Card Trooper. Chance that Cyber Valley is pretty big. Dandelion here, crazy card that we haven't had a chance at for a while. Doom Caliber Knight is pretty big. It's a little bit past its prime, but it is decent. We've also got Kaiku's. I think we have a playset, but Zach might not. We get all three of the gods here. We already had Obelisk, but we get Slifer and Ra as well. Treeborn Frog, Spell Striker, Photon Thrash, a lot of good cards here. But where it really comes down to power is the spells. So there's cards in here that are banned and I think stay banned for a while, pre-mat especially, as well as Graceful. But we get more shots at Duality. I think we both have Reborn, so we don't need to worry about that. Breakthrough Skill is in here, which is big. Miracle's Wake is a card that I always think is funny. Overworked is fun. Waboku and Threatening Roar unironically will be really big. A lot of battle tricks, but specifically Chalice, Dress, and Scapegoat are really huge for us. Eco Boost I always thought was going to be better. And I think that's about it. I think these are just replicates of what we have. So we're going to go ahead and get into our opening. I just have to check how many I need to open really quick. Alright, so we're going to be opening up 36 packs of Battle Pack 2 War of the Giant, and I did talk to Zach about it. He will open up 6 additional packs, so he's going to open up, I think that's 42, but we get 36, which is a decent amount, so let's go ahead and get on into it. Let's flip them up.
Alrighty, I'm a little bit upset that we couldn't snatch a win from Gem Knights, but that means that we get not only 30, but 36. But oh wait, we won, and I talked to him with Immortal. He said I can add an extra 6. So we got 42 of this set. Realistically, all I want, my favorite card. Where's my favorite? There's my favorite card. I only have 1 of that, and I want 3. It's just a common. Please. Earthquake. Oh, there we go. My favorite card. I love it. The tricky. We've got a Curse of Anubis. Econ. That's very nice. I love Econ. Moth. Bazoo. I hate this card. Immortal has scarred me. T-Roar. That's a playset of T-Roar now because we had 2. Another Econ. Like getting the Econ and the Forbidden cards. Warrior Lady, and that's a playset of Reckless now. We only ever had 2, so that's nice. Oh, no, I think that we got a playset out of the last battle pack. Lance, that's a playset of Lance because we got 1 from the original set, 1 from the last battle pack, and 1 from this. Oh, I have a funny with this. So in my trade binder, let me just grab it. At the very front, I have a Chinese knockoff of this card where it was in Chinese and they Google translated it to English. The only way I know this is because my friend who speaks Chinese said that the name Chande is how Joan is like spelled and pronounced in Chinese. Don't quote me on that, but that's just what I have been told. And that's what the card has in favor of Joan is Shonde or Chond, whatever the frick it is. Um, it's an angel type, so not a fairy. And it says the effect reads, it can accept the points lost from the destroyed monster who once fighted against this card when the monster was sent to graveyard. And that is the worst way to say when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, gain life points equal to the original attack of that destroyed monster in the graveyard. Oh yeah, and Abyss Megalo's in here. I don't know why Abyss Megalo's in here. I also don't need this, but I will take that for sure. Next up, come on. Hedge card's quite nice. Reborn. We already had a playset, and now we have 4. Gabo. Chalice. So we've gotten how many Chalice out of here? We've gotten 1 Lance, 1 Chalice, 1 Dress, and 2 Econ. I want 1 more Econ, 1 more Chalice, and 2 more Dress. That's like all I want out of this entire set. And I've got so many packs to do it. Please let me. 1 Dress. Okay, I just need 1 more of Chalice and Dress. Oh, 1 Reasoning. I forgot that this was in here. We only ever had the 2, so getting the 3rd is quite nice. DD Warrior Lady, Windstorm, another Chonde. Oh, Fader. Do I have any Faders? Is this my first Fader? I think that's my first Fader. I want Faders as well. Tour Bus, no, you could be a Fader. Reasoning, no, you could be a Fader. Lance, we already had a play set now. We have more. Plagues. Fader, number 2. Okay, I'm happy with 2 Fader, but I will definitely take a 3rd if I can. Chaos Hunter, is that our first Chaos Hunter? Forgot that was in here. That is our first. Okay. Good card, honestly. Another Duality. Nothing out of that. Last pack Magic. We got a Dress. Okay, so 2 Fader. I will take that. Only 1 Hedge Guard. During damage calc, if either player's turn monster you control attacks or is attacked, you can send this card from hand to grave, have the attack of the monster you control until the end phase, but the monster cannot be destroyed by battle. It's for Glads almost exclusively. So we got our playset of Breakthrough. We now have a playset of Reasoning. We have 2 Econ, playset of Dress, a playset of Lance, and our second copy of Chalice. We now have a playset of Reckless. We have just more DD Warrior Ladies, but we already had so many, I believe. We now have our copies 4 and 5 of Duality. This was a solid opening. Add this to the collection. Let's get to deck building.
And, I mean, nothing here. Dress is, I guess, fine, but nothing major. Solar Windjammer, I think, is a decent 5, but we don't have any XCs to take advantage of it. We're not playing Bylons again. Don't want to play that at all. There's a second Duality. There's a Scapegoat. Those are big. Those are both really big. Overworked is nice. Can we get the 3rd Duality? Beast King Barbaros and Raw, I guess, is nice, I guess. I think that's our 3rd Beast King, maybe our 2nd overall. I think we had one, though. Dark Resonators, whatever. I'm not going to care. Pot of Greed a little bit past its prime, but Breakthrough skill. Well, I shouldn't say past its prime. It's a little bit freaking banned, but Breakthrough skill is really nice. Nothing there. Nothing there. Not seeing a ton. There's a Woboku. That's pretty good. Reborn. We already have one, unfortunately. Dark Valkyrie is a nice Gemini, as is Evocator. DD Warrior Ladies, I think fine. I think we had a playset. Card, that's our first one. I was really hoping to pick up more of that, though. Second Breakthrough skill is nice. Again, Pot of Greed is not a card we need. Cyber Valley is nice, though. Doomcals, whatever. I think that's our 2nd Waboku. It's like our 3rd Dress. Abyss Megalo is kind of interesting. I don't know how to feel about that, but it's kind of interesting. If I get a second one, I might consider playing it. There's a dandelion. I mean, sure, whatever. Another reborn. There's a chalice, though. All right, anything in the close? Not really. We got a second copy of Duality, which is nice. We got so many, like, limited cards. Only one car. Yeah, this is all kind of, like, lackluster, but I think we're just going to add to collection. These are all commons and rares, so we can always pick up more later if we want to, but yeah, let's go ahead and see what we can't build today.
Yeah, that's right, Kaiser. So I'm recording this after the fact. I forgot to re-record this. Blah 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 blah. Things happened. Anyways, this is Fire Fist Glads, and boy am I excited. So we only pulled one Tenki, but Gorilla Kana do be searching that. So starting off triple Gorilla. This is like Bear, but it pops spell traps. They literally do the same thing. OPT this turn you can set one or send one face up fire formation spell trap from. Uh, and when it does battle damage, you can set a fire formation spell trap, which is Tenki Tensu. We're only playing two because there's two good ones, and we pulled one of each. Sad face. We have double Aquari, double Darius, one Equest. Wish this was at more than one. I'm still very, very sad about that. We have one Mermello, one Samnite, double Ryo, one Tenki, one Tensu, triple Colosseum because we're going to be normal summoning guy and just kind of passing. Unless we have exactly Tensu, in which case we're making a rank 4 and passing. So this is very good. He's just not going to be able to play things. Duality to basically get to Colosseum and Engine because we aren't playing a ton of monsters. We're only playing 13 monsters, 14 if you count Tenki as a searcher for that. Duality just helps us with consistency. One Reborn, double MST. We have triple Lance. We have double Starlight Road for any of the blowout cards he's got. One triple Horn of the Phantom Beast because if we can stick this on a Gorilla or Laquari or a Darius, then we are gaming. I was testing this with Rescue Cat, but the lines were weird, so I'm not playing it. After that, we got Double Call. Wish I could play it at 3. Double Bottomless, double Mirror Force, and double Chariot, as well as one Judgment. In the side, we have triple Cyber Dragon for when we're going second, because we want to go first instead of Kaiser. Triple Veiler, double Econ, one MST, double Trap Jammer, because Immortal loves his battle traps. One Starlight Road, as well as triple Breakthrough skill. After that, we've got triple Stardust in the extra just for the Starlight Roads. We have one Zen Mains because we theoretically can make this with Mermello plus Samnite. Double Tiger King. So glad we were able to get this. It's such a good card. When it's XYZ summoned, you can set a fire formation. So if we don't have access to Bear and we have Laquari Darius, we can just overlay because it requires 2 Beast Warriors. Set a fire formation spell directly from deck. OPT, you can detach 1 material from this card, negate the effects of all face-up effect monsters except Beast Warriors. And then it has another effect in the grave that doesn't matter because we need to have 3 fire formations, and we do not play 3, so yeah. And then we've got 1 Emerald, 1 Marrowgeist, 1 Pearl, 1 Chain, 1 Shock for high roll hands, where it's honestly like a turn 3 on high roll hands. But we theoretically could make it going second, like with Reborn plus Tensu plus 2 guys. Utopia, double Geyserus, and 1 Heraclinos. That's the deck. I'm super excited to be able to bring this and just lock Immortal with Kaiser. I'll see you guys in the games.
So it looks like both Zach and I forgot to do our deck profiles for this episode, but that's okay. We are running something that I have been wanting to play for a while, and that is Chain Summoning. If you guys do not know what this card does, it's pretty cool. If you activate it as Chain Link 3 or higher, you can normal summon up to 3 times this turn, not just once. You can't activate multiple cards in the same chain, so you can't go MST and MST into chain summoning, just like you can't do with all the other chain traps. But this is easily the most interesting and debatably the most powerful of the chain cards in the right deck. Obviously, Chain Burn and Accumulated Fortune are very powerful in chain burn strategies, but I think this is an interesting card in and of itself. And we get to flex a lot of the cards that we have, including a card we picked up today, Machina Fortress. So let's go ahead and get into it. We got Triple Effect Veiler. This is just an insane card. I should probably be playing this in every single deck I have going forward, but we'll see. We have 3 apiece of each of the gadgets, red, green, and yellow. The reason we have so many is because we can normal summon 3 times, we actually go through these quite quickly. We have 10 Goldfish. Not only is this just another card that normal summons and then gets another guy out of our hand, it's also a machine which we can search with our copy of Gear Gigan X, absolutely insane card that we have. Then we got triple Kage to Kage to round it out. So the hope of this game is we go normal summon something, either 10 Goldfish, preferably, or a gadget. Then we chain Kage to Kage, and then we activate chain summoning. Now what happens is 10 Goldfish would summon out, and then if we get to summon a gadget, then the gadget would trigger, and then we get the gadget in hand. We can make something like a King of the Fairlands to search another Kage to Kage, normal summon the gadget again to get another gadget, and then chain the Kage to Kage. We can make something like another King of the Fairlands, grab another Kage to Kage, and then we can make a 4th rank 4. So this is just a rank 4 turbo deck. We got the 3 chain summoning, the 3 lands, the 3 MST. These are all just to make a third. These are all just to be the second chain link. Obviously, lands and MST, we can just chain them to something. We've got Upstart. This can be our first chain link if need be, but it's kind of difficult to be our second, obviously. Heavy Storm, Breakthrough Skill, a trap that can be our second chain link from the graveyard, which is really nice. Dimensional Prison, Mirror Force, and Torrential are just the best traps to back it up. In the side deck, we got 1 Chalice, again a quick play, so it can be our second chain link if we need. Smashing Ground, Mask of Restrict for the Monarch deck, Judgment, Double Ryo, Crow, and Fiendish Chain. In the extra, we have Catastor and Stardust. These can be made with our Effect Veiler if we need normal summon it, so that's why those are in here. Then we've got Marrowgeist, Gigan X, Triple King of the Fairlamps, Double the Volvo Chain. This is really nice because we can get access to our fortress by dumping it to the graveyard. Pretty powerful. Utopia, Ray, Papilloperative, our Cowboy, which I am super happy we picked up. This is a perfect deck for it. Not only can it do the burn damage, but putting this to attack position basically makes it clear anything that isn't above 3k, which isn't a lot in this format. Gemini Pearl in case we need to clear something, and Violon Disigma just to round out the extra deck. Hope you guys enjoy this episode, and let's get straight on into the duels. Well, Zach, this is a bit of an interesting episode. I did not anticipate needing to do this for the series, but there was so many interesting decks that we wanted to play that we have reduced the pace in which we open sets. We just opened one, and that was Battle Pack 2, War of the Giants. So we just had time to play the rest of the Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy decks that we wanted to. So it'll be fun, but how do you feel about it?
I mean, as a singleton set, Battle Pack 2 is really good. If we didn't have playsets of like the trap monsters, we get those in this, as well as just old cards like Mirror Wall and stuff like Ancient Gear Golem if we ever want to bring that back. You get Bacon Saver and Fader too. Like, there's so many cards in this set that are just fantastic. Chaos Hunter is in this set. I think that this is its first printing that we have access to.
That's
we get like Card Trooper at common, DD Warrior Lady, and let's not forget stuff like every single forbidden item that's released right now.
Yep. So.
As well as like duality, reasoning. But I that's only for me. I only had two copies of that, as well as breakthrough skill.
Yeah. No, there are a lot of good cards that power up our decks. And honestly, it kind of makes sense that we do kind of need to start spacing it out. This is really the time in Yu-Gi-Oh's history where it does go from, T-set pass is a viable, strategy to where now you do need to be doing more, possibly comboing off, especially with our knowledge of how Yu-Gi-Oh can be played in the modern era, feeding into these older formats. But it'll be interesting for sure. All right, let's go ahead and get on into the die roll. I don't have a dice, so I'm just going to pick. And you win. You won a dice roll for
Hey,
once. How does it feel?
surreal. All right, I will opt to go first.
All right,
Big
fair
shock.
enough. Yep.
But yeah,
41.
I
Couldn't
mean,
knock it
back
down.
on your thing about pacing, like it's really gone up. Like we
Mhm.
saw last episode, I OTK'd you turn 2
Yep.
with Gem Knights. Anyways, draw for turn.
Yep. God, I
Stand
can't
by
wait for
main.
that to go away.
Duality.
All right, sure. So you ain't gonna be doing much this turn. All right. Well, I didn't see a whole lot out of
Uh,
this, but
hmm. I'm gonna grab to hand Lance.
sure.
I will. I mean, you're gonna immediately know what I'm playing, but I'm a normal summon a Darius.
Oh, okay, sure.
Set 1, set 2, and let's have fun today. Activate Kaiser Coliseum and
What
pass.
the fuck? Hold on.
This card's at
No.
3.
Cannot place monsters on the field. Would exceed the number of monsters that are on the field of controller.
You can only have one monster on board at a time.
God, why? Alright, draw phase, draw for turn. Alright,
Go
stand
for it. You
by
ain't doing anything.
main phase. Well, so I think this classifies as a pretty good play, but we'll do this. All right, so I will. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I'm just gonna. I'll normal summon Yellow Gadget and I'll attempt to trigger the effect.
Sure, I don't care.
All right, so we'll get a green to hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just set a couple of cards and pass it up to you.
I will draw.
Yep.
Stand by main.
Yep.
Did I shuffle? I don't know if I did.
We could check the log.
I did not.
Ooh, okay. All right, put it back. Put it back. Honor system. All right.
Okay, it's basically the same card.
All right.
No, I didn't. Okay. I am going to walk right into your mirror force. Battle, attack with Darius.
I mean, you are, but I know you have a lance. You searched it, so. But the problem is like lance just if you lance your guy, it dies anyway from battle. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You'd have to have
I'm just gonna let it go to grave.
That's fair. All right.
Main 2.
Mm-hmm.
Kaiser is back online. Bucko.
How about no?
How about this?
All right, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that trade. I'm fine with getting it out.
I'll pass.
Sure. Draw. Stand by main. So your guy is 16, huh? Why the fuck do you have to do that? All right. Let's just normal summon this green gadget and trigger the effect.
All good with me.
All right. We'll grab a red gadget to hand. I will set. And I'm just gonna pass it up.
Sounds good. I'll draw for turn.
Mm-hmm.
Stand by main.
Yep.
I will attempt battle.
Sure.
Punch.
All right. So what does this one do? Oh, they all just tag out, right?
And nothing right now. It's only when he's special summoned by an effect.
Yeah.
He will just tag out like the rest.
Well, have another monster if you must.
Okay, so that'll get banished.
Correct.
Main 2.
Yep. Okay. Oh my god.
Oh, would you look at that? I will add to hand Guerrera.
Sure. My
You having fun yet?
god. Oh, so much fun.
I will normal Guerrera and pass.
Sure. Draw. Uh. So how's this? So I cannot place monsters. Well, that's a real fucking pickle. All right, stand by main. I will just set a
Uh-huh.
card and I'll pass.
Sounds good. Stand by main.
Yep.
I'll go battle and I'll punch.
I'll take this. I'll take 200.
Hold on.
Sure.
Damage step,
Sure.
my friend.
Damage step.
Horn of the Phantom Beast.
So I'll take an extra 800 and you get to draw a card.
Yes.
Sure.
So, Horn 1, Gorilla 2.
Sure.
I will set a tanky. Oh, it was the top card. I should have done those different. Set that, and then I will draw. Oh, okay. Main 2. I will activate the tanky.
Sure.
I will grab here a Darius.
Sure.
And then I will set a card and pass.
Sure. Draw. Okay. Standby main phase.
Go for it. Oh, wait, this is also at 26 because tanky.
Yeah. Alright, so this is gonna be a weird play, but we're gonna try for it. We are going to go normal summon Red Gadget. Red Gadget affect Chainlink 1. Any response?
Sure. Nope.
We're gonna go Chainlink 2 Torrential Tribute.
I see. Okay.
Chainlink 3. We're gonna go Chain Summoning.
Okay.
And then that's all we're gonna do. Okay, so Chain Summoning resolves. I get 2 more normals this turn. Torrential resolves, blowing up the field. Red Gadget resolves, getting me a yellow gadget.
Yep. And then on res?
Sure. Call of the Haunted.
Target Darius.
Sure, yeah, okay. Alright. Well, you forced my hand now. I didn't want to do this, but you forced it out. I'll pitch Yellow Gadget and Machina Fortress to grave to special Machina Fortress. Okay. Thinking here. So, I am going to lance it so it survives the bottomless.
Sure.
But I can no longer.
Would you like to crash? Oh, wait, no, he's at 18, actually, because of tanky.
Yes, he is. Unironically, I will go to battle phase and I'll hit you for 100. Or do I do
Or
this?
you'll lose 100?
Do I do this actually? Is this a stupid play? Yes, it's a stupid play. I'm not doing that. I'll just go to end phase and then I'll gain back my attack.
Okay, I'll draw. Stand by main.
Yep.
Let's see. So I can. So he's at what, 25?
Yep, he's just 25.
Okay. You're not supposed to get big boys. That's not fair.
He's basically
Um,
just a dragon ruler for machines. I mean, that's kind of the cool
yeah,
part.
he
Is
is.
and this card has been out for years at this point.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like he's legal in Edison format. He's legal at 3, and he's pretty much the only reason that gadgets are a playable deck.
Um, I'm gonna set a pair and gosh, switch Darius to defense and pass.
Sure.
It feels awful switching a Glad to defense.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Standby main phase. I don't really want to go to battle when you have back row. I mean, well, let's think about this logically. If you had Horn of the Phantom Beast, you would have just kept him in attack because then you could have damage stepped Horned. You could have Mirror Force. You could also have D Barrier, or not D Barrier, D Prison. Uh, you could Fiendish Chain my guy, but that wouldn't do anything. I'm gonna play this slow game. I'm just gonna set and pass.
I'll MST and end.
You fool! It was my MST, which is really
I
unfortunate
see.
because I want to pop the Kaiser, but I also don't want to for obvious reasons.
Yeah, duality.
Well, sure. I mean, that's fine by me. You gonna reborn anything? You can't reborn this turn because you duality.
Yeah. I think I bank the MST.
Interesting choice, sure.
Um, honestly, all three of those were kind of bad.
I mean, yeah, you never want to see Mermelio. You can't special summon anything because of duality, so yeah, MST is just kind of like the best choice for you. All
I
right,
mean, I'd
Joe.
rather see the Mermelio off the duality instead of in my hand, so.
Yeah, so I just know you have an MST in hand. Standby main.
Oh, and I think you know that I searched a Darius off of Tenki. This one was
Oh,
reborn
yes, you're
by
right.
Paul.
Suva Darius. MST Darius. It's not really like I'm not gonna make the same mistake as last time. I'm just gonna MST this Kaiser Coliseum now. Just get it off the field.
No!
I know. Um, so the problem is I'm still in the same position, especially if you have a second Kaiser Coliseum in hand.
Honestly, I was hoping to find a second Kaiser off the duality.
Oh, I can imagine. And again, the problem is, what could you have? What could this exactly be? And I feel like it's gotta
Oh,
be
I'm hoping it's
exactly.
something good. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm hoping it's good because I don't know how else I'm out in this guy.
I I'm thinking it has to be D Prison. Like the only other thing I could think of is maybe it's a second Call of the Haunted. If it was Horn, you would have like you haven't had a chance to use Bottomless. It could be the second Bottomless. If it was Horn, you would have kept your guy in attack and then just damage stepped me. If it was it could be Mirror Force or it could be D Prison. I am big sad from either of those. The
I
only
only have so I only have two D prison in my collection, and Mirror Force is at two.
Yeah, so it's a 1 in 4 chance. Now the only good thing about this is if by if it's D prison, it does target, so at least I'll get to hand rip you with Machina Fortress. I think the problem is I
True.
lose if if this gets D prisoned. Um, I think I have to risk it. I will try for it.
It is Mirror Force.
Ah! I'm losing. Oh my god. Yeah, you got it. Go ahead. Kill me into the sun.
Draw for turn. Oh, that is like the best draw on the deck. Standby main.
Yeah.
Normal.
Yep.
Battle.
Sure, I'll take the 36.
36. End of battle. These
Yep.
boys go back. So I just cannot get Darius's. What's in my grave? Nothing.
You've gone through all three of your dualities. I just want to point that out.
Oh. I mean, it's a good card.
It is, yeah. It is, in fact, a good card. I knew it was. I had the read. I had the read that it was Mirror Force, and I played into it. All right, Laquari.
Special this. Who will be at a solid 22.
Sure.
Do I get... Might look a little weird, but I'm gonna get Bestiari. Bestiari effect mandatory. I'm gonna pop my call.
Makes sense.
Set a pair.
Okay.
He is at 22 because his original attack is 21 and tanky boosts him. I'll pass here.
All right, so I know one of those has MST, and I know you don't have another Kaiser Coliseum.
If I had another Kaiser Coliseum, that'd
you
be
would
how
have
it feels right now.
slammed it. So I'm gonna do this just for the information, just to know what you're playing.
Shit, that's annoying. It was a War Chariot.
Okay, and then you got it. Fucking Kaiser Coliseum. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, so I tend to like to go second with this deck in my play testing, but I don't think I can go second if you activate Kaiser Coliseum. Alright, draw phase, draw for turn, standby, main phase. Alright, well, this is pretty much as good as it gets. Alright. We will normal summon Red Gadget. Chainlink 1 Red Gadget. Chainlink 2 Kage Tokage. Chainlink 3 Chain Summoning.
Damn, okay.
So I am one normal summon down, and this grabs yellow to hand. We will overlay these two for a copy of King of the Feral Imps. Imps we're going to detach.
Yep.
We'll search a copy of Kage Tokage to hand.
Big shock there.
We're going to normal summon Yellow Gadget, Chainlink 1 Yellow Gadget, Chainlink 2 Kage Tokage. Yellow's going to get us a green to hand. Let's see, what do we do here? Yeah, let's do that. We're going to overlay these two for a card you do know that I have. We're going to overlay... Actually, we can't do that because I'm bad at the game. Give me a second. So attack and defense. It feels so bad to, like, not get another one. Sorry, I'm just thinking like what I want to go for because there's a lot of lines that I can go for right now.
No, you're good.
So I could do that, summon that, search that, but then I can't do anything. Yeah, so I'm gonna do it this way, and this is gonna look maybe a little suspect, but I kind of want to get more advantage. So I'm going to use my third normal summon on Gadget and trigger Gadget effect.
Sure.
Grab a red to hand. I'm going to overlay both of these for a copy of Gear Gigant
Gig-
X. I'll declare Gear Gigant detaching one of the gadgets, doesn't matter. And I'm going to grab a very strange card, but it is in fact a machine. I'll grab Tin Goldfish to hand.
Sure.
And I'm going to set 3 whole cards and pass the turn.
Dang. Okay. Draw.
Yeah, could have been better. Could have been better. I could have used the Kage to Kage for something, but I think this is
I
about as good as
mean,
it gets.
that's a pretty good board. I don't think there's many complaints.
Oh,
I mean,
cool.
I'm complaining because I have to play against it, but
And I'm
let's
complaining because
see.
I didn't get as far as I would have liked. But oh well.
Stand by, main.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so my hand is very good. Activate duality.
Duality's fine. Oh, okay.
Um, MST.
Sure.
Shuffle. MST this one.
That one's pretty good. It was a fiendish chain.
Okay. Normal Gorilla.
Sure.
Attempt to punch over Kage.
That's fine, I think.
Trigger Gorilla.
Activating Gorilla is fine.
What do I set? I think that's correct. It's gonna be Tensu.
Oh, this gives you an additional normal summon.
Yes. Main 2.
Mm-hmm.
Activate Tensu.
Chain MST.
That freaking sucks. Set pass.
Sure. Draw. Standby. Main phase. We'll go ahead
Yup.
and get these out of the way. I will
Mm-hmm.
detach off of Feralims.
Advantage.
Yep, it's a pretty good card. We'll add Kage to hand, and then we'll go ahead and do the same for Gear Gigant.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna add another Tin Goldfish to hand. Jeez Louis, I
Aight.
wonder why. We're gonna normal summon Tin Goldfish. Chainlink
Uh-huh.
1 Tin Goldfish. Chainlink 2 Kage to Chainlink 3 Chain Summoning.
Jesus. Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. So we're gonna special summon this.
I'm in danger.
We're going to special summon Red Gadget, and then Red Gadget effect. We'll grab yellow. We're going to overlay these two for a copy of Lavalval Chain. Why am I going for
Mm-hmm.
Lavalval Chain, you might ask? Well, when I detach this and send this Machina Fortress to the graveyard, you'll probably figure it out.
Oh no!
Yeah. Let's see. We're gonna normal summon yellow. Second normal. Declare yellow effect. We're gonna grab green.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see. I'm trying to think of like any way I could possibly like muff this up.
Honestly, I think that you have lethal on board.
I
I don't
do.
know though.
I believe so. But I think the way that we Yeah, I think the way that we sort of guarantee it is we go overlay these two for Gaga Ga Cowboy in attack position. We declare Gaga Ga detach. This will lose 500 and I will gain 1,000. Oh, that's it.
Hmm.
That's if it attacks. My bad. I thought it would be happening, but later. So let's just go and attach that for right now. And then just for the damage, I guess we'll get green gadget effect as our third normal with red to hand.
Yeah.
So we'll go to battle. We'll lead with cowboy, trigger cowboy effect.
Yeah. So that is lethal. If it wasn't exactly cowboy, I could have survived.
That's pretty cool. That worked out for me. Oh, I'm glad I got to pull it off, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off when you get to go first and set a million traps in Kaiser Coliseum again. So let's see how this
Well,
game
let's
goes.
see.
Yeah.
But I mean, that last game brought a whole new meaning to cowboy for game.
Yeah, it did.
All
It
right,
felt
I
good to
will
cowboy.
draw for turn.
Yep.
Stand by main.
Mm-hmm.
Duality.
That's fine.
Boo, boo, boo.
Well,
Ooh,
there's
would
the
you look at that,
card.
my favorite boy? Add to hand the, do I? Do I add the Kaiser so it can just get MST'd?
Good question.
I actually think I add to hand Ryo.
Interesting. Okay.
I think that messes you up a bit more in this scenario.
That or you already have the Kaiser in hand.
Activate? No, I don't. I'm gonna set one, activate Ryo,
Sure.
set a second, pass.
Sure. Draw. Standby main.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to think here because this isn't very good. You set a couple cards. I'm not sure what you'd be setting. Let's go ahead and just set the fort pretty much and click pass.
Well,
Sure.
um, hmm. Do I walk directly into your dim priz, mirror force, and second mirror force? Is the question.
It's a very good question, to be fair.
Well, I mean, you just can't get your engine online without or with Ryo on board, and with Kaiser, you definitely can't. So I'm just gonna pass.
Sure. Draw.
And you're not gonna heavy your own board.
Standby main phase. Uh, we'll just set another card and pass it up.
I wish I had my heavy.
That would be very annoying for me right now. But then again, you would go minus one. You'd only go +1 in the process, so.
I will attempt Ryo here.
Thinking. Yeah, I'll take 19.
I didn't think I'd get this far. Main 2.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
Draw. Standby main. Okay. Let's start by activating Smashing Ground.
Sure.
Let's MST the Kaiser.
Yeah, it's not doing anything without monsters.
Yeah, but it keeps you from getting it back up if you do have a monster in hand, which I assume you do. Let's go ahead and. Ugh, do I wanna? Let's do this. I'll normal summon green gadget and I'll trigger the effect.
Sure.
Thinking here if there's anything else I want to do. No. Yeah, we'll just green gadget effect. We'll grab
Sure.
red to hand. We'll go to battle and I'll try and hit for 14.
Yeah, I'll take the 14.
All right. This definitely feels like a game of inches right now. I'll pass turn.
I'll draw.
Mm-hmm. That's annoying.
Pass.
Sure. Draw. Standby main. Okay. Yeah. Let's activate Smashing Ground.
Sure.
No monsters on field means that Kaiser's offline, so let's normal summon this red gadget and declare the effect.
Yes.
I thinking here. I think I will not do that. God, this is like this is a hard. This is like a brain explosion right now. I'll tell you that much. um,
I was playing Kaiser. I wanted to not think, and then you set 5, and I was like, ah, shoot, I gotta play.
yeah, it's like your guys are just you have so much back row right now. That's the problem. We're just gonna trigger red, nothing else.
Okay.
Yellow to hand. Um, Battle phase. Try for 13.
Um, I'm gonna mirror force this.
That's fine, unfortunately. So to grave with both of these. Second main, I will set a card and pass it up.
Okay, I will draw.
Sure.
I will simply pass.
Sure. Draw. Standby main phase.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to normal the yellow, declare the effect.
Yeah,
Chain link 2, I am going to reveal Kage Takage.
sure.
Yellow grabs green to hand. Uh. Didn't expect to get this far. Uh. Yeah. We're gonna go to battle, and I'll try and hit in for 12.
I'll take 12.
Alright, second main phase. I am going to. I'm gonna attempt to overlay. None of these beat bottomless is the problem. I'll overlay for king. Anything on summon.
It is bottomless, yes.
I figured that was coming. So. Alright, go ahead. Oh, yep, that is banished. Thank you.
I'll draw.
Mm-hmm.
Standby main.
Yep.
Normal a gorilla.
Thinking here. That's a little bit more advantage than I want you to get. I'll torrential on summon.
I'm gonna judgment this.
Ooh, shit. Wow, you really want this. Yeah, that's fine.
I will set 1 and pass.
Sure. Draw. Standby main phase.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's activate Smashing Ground.
Gosh, that's really annoying.
Yeah. Um, we will. Gosh. Yeah, we'll normal green gadget, declare the effect.
Yeah.
We'll grab red to hand. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, go to battle, and I'll try and hit for 14.
I'll take 14.
All right. Second main, I'll set a card, and I'll pass it up.
I'll draw.
Mm-hmm.
I will set 2 and pass.
Sure, draw. Standby, main phase. Haven't seen torrentials out of you yet. I have seen one Mirror Force, one Bottomless. Haven't seen D Prisons. I mean, we'll just go to battle and we'll try to hit in. Oh my god, what was all the back row?
War
Oh,
Chariot,
Tensu,
Tensu, Bottomless, and Horn, which I just could never get online
Yeah, I
because you
just didn't let you
torrential
stick.
smashing. You
Yeah,
saw all 3 smashings that last game,
I had to be breaking
and
on
I saw
something.
3 monsters the entire game.
Yeah, I had to be breaking on something, and I think just the inherent like so the difference between our decks is they're both like slow grindy advantage decks apart from like our first turn boards, right? Which is like you set up Kaiser Coliseum and like a Glad Beast or a Ryo. I set up like a million XEs and no back row at all, right? That's like the only difference. Otherwise, like you are getting advantage by going to battle phase and hitting in. I'm getting advantage by normal summoning my gadgets. And I talked about it, I mentioned it, but I didn't go into detail when I said there's a fundamental flaw in my deck going up against yours. And that is if you do Kaiser Coliseum, all of my guys are way too small to deal with yours. So you just inherently win every battle phase. Unless I have stuff like Mirror Force, Torrentials, um, uh, Prisons, and Fiendish Chains. Last card in hand, or last card was Chain Summoning and Chalice. Uh, but yeah, this was not a game that ever felt like won by any regards. At least this third game. Game one, you had it handedly. Game two, I think I did pretty good for myself setting up King of the Fair Limbs and
Yeah.
Gear.
I would have had that second game if it wasn't for exactly Cowboy too, which is the sad part.
Yeah. So I sided in Smashing Grounds. Don't ask me why I decided to put these in the side deck to begin with, but I was just like, maybe it'll come up, and it fucking did because I
Because
realized
you saw like what, all 3?
I saw all 3 of them, yeah, but I also realized like your entire game plan is like maybe not only game plan, but it's
Pokemon.
Kaiser Coliseum until you get like the Bestiari Geyserus like loop going, especially when you can recur war chariots. Then you just win in advantage. But I realized if I can just keep you off of monsters, I don't have to deal with that. I can win that way. So I had Smashing Grounds. I sided in every battle trick possible, and oh, that's nice. That was the top card. I sided in every battle trick possible. I had MSTs and heavies the entire time. Yeah, and then like Lance. Lance is a card we were both playing, but it was especially good for. Well, it was good for both of us, honestly. I won't say it's especially good for either of us because, like, it was good for me because I could make your guys weaker than mine. You could do the same. You could protect from like my battle tricks. Lance is also good because it can be chain link too if you want to resolve chain summoning. Um, Speaking of which, that's the entire point of this deck is just to resolve chain summoning.
Yeah. Which you
And
can do easily.
yeah, if you manage to find it. I do want to mention, so this was the only card that I felt like held this deck back from being super playable. Because as we saw in game two, I could dump it off Lavolval Chain, and I could just get immediate access to it. And this card's fucking insane. It always surprised me this card came out in 2009. this is this
I think the crazy thing is that it never got put onto the list.
Yeah,
I don't think.
it didn't, and I think half the reason was just because it was locked behind. Well, it was locked behind the fact that it was only machines, unlike the Dragon Rulers, which were attribute, which there are a lot more attributes.
This is limited.
Yeah,
Now it was limited like for 2008, 2013 at this point.
yeah, it's crazy that this card is limited. Yeah, but yeah, so it's locked behind machines. You do have to discard. You like apart from the exact first turn when you draw it, you have to discard two, so it is losing you advantage each time you summon it. But three great effects: can summon itself not once per turn. If it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, I get to just pop a card you control. And if you target it with card effects, I get to rip a card out of your hand. This reads like a structure deck card from like 2014, maybe 2016, not 2008. And this card came in Battle Pack. I didn't have it though. I was not able to open it from the first Battle Pack. So I had to use my winning slice on the wheel. I had to drop the unbanned for 2 commons and rares, which this did come rare. So I picked up a copy of this, and I picked up a copy of Tempest because that's the only Dragon Ruler I didn't get. And I think it was worth it because I got to activate the effect, or I got to summon it. And I love this card. Of all the Machinas, this is probably my favorite. Also, that's the other reason this card was never super broken is Machinas did not get support until 2020, right? Like Machina, it was Machina Fortress, Machina Gearframe. That was it. Otherwise, you had like Sniper, Commander Covington, Defenster. Like none of these cards were at all playable. It was just Fortress and Gearframe to search it. So that's interesting. But yeah, you were on Glad Beast. I feel like Glad Beast. I don't want to say it wasn't around, but I feel like it fell off in favor of other cards that could use the same stuff. So, is especially historically, right? Like, why would you horn the Phantom Beasts a card like Laquari when you could just horn the Phantom Beasts, Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Bear? The difference is we don't have that in our series, so we can't do that. But yeah, I mean, your deck is as scary as it was, however many episodes ago when you last played Glads. Like, I was not looking forward to having to face any of your cards, and it was scary. I will be 100% honest.
I just wish that I could have seen like a Lance or a Starlight Road this last game.
Yeah.
Because then I could have actually been in it.
Mm-hmm.
But instead I saw freaking Tensu and War Chariot.
Yeah, and that's like the risk of running. I won't say the risk of running. That's like kind of the problem with running the Fire Fist engine is it is normal summon reliant. So even if you see like Tenki and Gorilla, you're like, okay, great, I can like pop a spell trap they control, which is like fine. But like, what else are you doing? Bear was really the card that you wanted because it allowed you to clear monsters every turn. But obviously, I didn't get one. I don't see you having one in your collection, so I assume you didn't get it. But
yeah, I never got one.
But yeah, so that's this episode. I mean, this card. We might just want a gentleman's out of it. Nah, I think this. Well, I don't know how.
I mean, that was literally the only card that kept me in these games, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like Glad's got power crept so fast when stuff just stopped focusing in the battle, stopped focusing on like the battle phase.
Yeah,
you've got so many things that can play in the main phase, like your deck, and there's so many more things that can interact with the battle phase, such as 2 Mirror Force now. We also have Dim Priz, and this just stops attacks. Like, there's so much that hinders a deck like Glad's.
I mean,
and Fire Fist. And that's why I think that Fire Fist was never really that good, and it was just cheap.
Yep. I also want to, like, we didn't see it at all, but I think we both have copies of Breakthrough Skill now. I only have two. I didn't get super lucky.
I have a full playset. I have like 6 copies.
No, there went mine. But this was like one of those cards I was like, well, this does make sense to keep in. So it's double effect negation, which is really strong. But it's also like I can stop your Glads from getting their effects off when they declare an attack 2 turns in a row. Sign me up. So, um, yeah, that was like a card that I was hoping to see. Never did, but I saw enough trap cards to just keep you off of it. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, so I guess let's get into today's winner's wheel and wrap up the episode. Alrighty, so here we are. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go with 3 clicks on this wheel for the number of normal summons I get after activating chain summoning, or also the number of chain link I have to reach to activate chain summoning. So, alright, 1, 2, 3. Let's see what do we get, folks. And an ultra rare wild card. Okay. Not terrible, I don't think. What can I get out of like Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy and stuff? That's an ultra rare. I forget. Uh, I can't get Draco Sack because that was a secret rare. Um, God, what was there? Was Volcasaurus a 6 or an ultra rare? I think maybe. It's been a minute. We'll find out in the next episode. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. And if you really enjoyed, make sure to subscribe. That is all from us, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.